Breaking tonight, CNN admitting that it is taking a different approach with the Democratic presidential debate than it did with the Republicans. In the first matchup, moderator Jake Tapper used his line of questioning to pit the Republicans against each other. Here's a little sample of that.
Governor Christie, I want to ask you about something that Dr. Carson said the other day. Dr. Carson said campaigning is easier for him because he's not a politician. He can just tell the truth, therefore, while politicians, quote, have their finger in the air to see and do what is politically expedient. Governor Christie, tell Dr. Carson, is that a fair description of you? Senator Cruz, Governor Kasich says that anyone who is promising to rip up the Iran deal on day one, as you have promised to do, is, quote, inexperienced and, quote, playing to a crowd. Respond to Governor Kasich, please. In an interview last week in Rolling Stone magazine, Donald Trump said the following about you, quote, look at that face. Would anyone vote for that? Can you imagine that, the face of our next president? Mr. Trump later said he was talking about your persona, not your appearance. Please feel free to respond what you think about his persona.
Anderson Cooper, who is hosting tonight's matchup, said just days ago he did not plan on following Tapper's lead.
I don't think this is a debate where you're going to have candidates attacking each other. We have not seen that on the campaign trail. I'm always uncomfortable with that notion of setting people up in order to kind of promote, some sort of a face-off. I mean, I think, look, these are all serious people. This is a serious debate. They want to talk about the issues, and I want to give them an opportunity to do that.
Joining me now, Brent Bazell, the president of the Media Research Center. Brent, good to see you. So, where's the controversy? Anderson's going to do it differently than Jake did it? That he's a different moderator? Isn't he doing what most viewers who watched that last debate wanted Tapper to do, which is don't just make it all about a dogfight?
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind what Jake Tapper did. But first, what did he do? There were 74 questions that were asked. 55 of them were designed to get Republicans to fight with each other. Only one was designed to get them to respond to Hillary Clinton.
Is that right?
I have no problem with that. Just one. 55 and 1. Remember those numbers, because I'd have no problem if tonight they did the exact same thing with the Democrats. If there were 55 questions designed to get them to squabble with each other and only one directed at the Republicans. You know that's not going to happen. Not only is it not going to happen, Anderson Cooper has said he's not going to happen. And I love this. He said, I'm uncomfortable with the notion of setting people up in order to kind of promote some sort of a face-off. He's got a problem with his own colleague, Jake Tapper, because that's what he's talking about.
But that's, right. So that's his right. I mean, he's the moderator. Tapper's not. This is his ball game tonight. So, he can play it the way he wants. But here's my question to you. His justification was they're not going after each other like that. The GOPers, the Republicans had been. And I guess Tapper felt there was much more fodder to ask one about the other on. Cooper's saying these Dems have been sort of respectful of each other. So I don't have the ammunition even if I want to do it.
I don't think that Anderson Cooper has the right to in a solo way, decide what he's going to do on a network that has done just the opposite with Republicans. If CNN has followed one tack with Republicans, CNN has a responsibility to do the exact same thing with Democrats. If they want to go Oprah with Democrats, go Oprah with the Republicans. But here are the words that I think are just, this is just key here. He said, I think, talking about the Democrats, I think these are all serious people. This is a serious debate. They want to talk about the issues. So, what's he saying? The Republicans aren't a serious party. They're not serious people. They don't want to talk about serious issues. That just smacks of elitism.
Well, what about, how important is it that he tried to draw distinctions between these Democrats running and President Obama?
I think tough questions, and I mean, I listened to the first few ones. Tough questions are fine. All I'm asking, Megan, is that both sides be treated equally. And I don't mean to be disparaging of Oprah, but you know what I mean. If you're going to have a conversation with one side, have a conversation with the other. If you're going to be hard-hitting with one side, fine. Be equally hard-hitting. If you're going to go Mike Wallace on one side, go Mike Wallace with the other. If you're going to ask tough questions about your opponents, ask tough questions on both sides.
It makes sense. I mean, here at Fox News, we have a debate team. Brett Baier, Chris Wallace, and I are the team. And you'll be seeing us at the next Republican debate that we're hosting. And if they want to give us a Dem debate, you'll see us too. And that allows for some consistency across the board. It's great to see you, Brent.
Thank you, Megan.
So just so you know, we're watching this debate for you. Obviously, not Not everybody wants to watch it. If you would like to watch the breakdown of it, join us tonight at 11 because we'll have live coverage of what happened and the highlights and so on. And speaking of politics, this coming Thursday in a cable news exclusive, Charles Koch, yes, that Charles Koch, the guy the left loves to hate more than anyone else in this country, it seems at times, sits down with yours truly in a remarkable exchange. Here's a sneak peek. Do you believe that the Democrats, including the president, have tried to make boogeymen out of you and your brother David?
Oh, definitely. That's a full-time job on their part. I mean, and that's why I've never been that fond of politics and only got into it recently, kicking and screaming.
Why do you think they've been so relentless in their attacks? Harry Reid, your brother David pointed out, mentioned the Koch brothers 289 times from the Senate floor. They have painted you as evil. They actually put you, the White House actually put you on an enemies list back in the 2012 campaign. The answer to that question and so many more. Mark it on your calendar. Set your DVRs. You won't want to miss this interview. Charles Koch on The Kelly File this Thursday, 9 p.m. A big announcement from Planned Parenthood today after a series of sting videos that appeared to show the organization trying to make money off of the sale of fetal tissue, something Planned Parenthood denied. But now they have changed a policy, and we have that story next. Plus, investigators shared some horrifying details today about exactly what happened when Flight MH17 was shot down over Ukraine. We'll show you the report that is confirming the long-held suspicions that Vladimir Putin and Russia may be directly to blame here.